What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 48 of the Foundation First Fitness Show with Bob Owen. Today, we're going to be going in a little bit of a different direction. I usually don't talk about I don't review stuff, and I don't really talk about tech, but today I really want to kind of get into it because we are approaching 2019, and I know a lot of individuals are really interested in that stuff, and it's generally around that Christmas time where people start asking for, a gift from someone, and usually it could potentially be, or if you're looking to get a gift for someone, you might be looking at something in the fitness realm where they might want to use it to, kind of jump onto that fitness or attack a fitness goal, usually in the January, February, March months. And so today we really wanted to we're going to be breaking this up really into two parts. So we're going to have the first part is going to be more of the tracking side. The next part is going to be more the practical side and helping you kind of gear your workout or design or implement within your workout. So today there's going to be three things I really want to talk about. The three things are going to be the fitness watch, fitness scales, or basically body fat scales, and a smart water bottle. And I'm basically going to give you an idea of what you should be looking for in these devices and whether they're actually useful or not. So not to waste any more time, the fitness watches are probably the first ones that really hit the market. And these have been around for years. They started off by just tracking heart rate and doing chronometer, basic stuff, to now they're tracking everything from sleep to steps to acting as a GPS system. So when you are looking for these devices, what I would tell you is a fitness watch is something you probably want to use, and you can use it for a multitude. There's a very wide spectrum, and these watches can really start at a very cheap price, where they're actually just like a little band, like Fitbit makes one that's a very small band, and they do very basic stuff. So now it's actually become more of a standard to have like a sleep tracker and step tracker on it, but they'll basically be a step counter and then track, the amount of flights of stairs you go up, things like that, and your fitness level and how active you were throughout the day, to something that's going to be literally tracking, individual sports, and they're going to be, extremely resistant to different climates. So if you're going, if you're wearing them when it's really, really cold, they're going to be very resistant to cold. They're going to be very, very resistant to water damage. So it really depends on the intensity level that you're going to be using these for. If you're just the average individual who just wants to keep track and kind of, almost keep themselves accountable to the number of steps and the amount of activity they're doing per day, you don't really have to shoot very high in price range to get something that'll be adequate enough to pull that off for you. One of the important things that I will want to mention, though, is that these watches, as you do go up in price, you do go up in quality of products. So keep that in mind as well. Now, if you are someone who really wants that GPS tracker when you're going on your runs, when you don't want to carry, you don't want to be walking around with your phone on you the entire time. You want to basically just have something on you that's going to be, strapped to your wrist that you can go for a run with. Something that is going to be giving you that GPS signal, that's going to be giving you the altitude, if you're doing a lot of, mountain climbing, if you're doing any hiking, things like that, those are going to be more, you're going to want to gear yourself more for a little bit more upscale or higher end type of fitness watch. They obviously will always give you the basic stuff. So they're going to give you the, heart rate, sleep tracker. They're just going to be a little bit more accurate because there is a little bit more money involved in them. But what I would tell you to do for those fitness watches is, one of the things that I really liked about it was the sleep tracker. I think that's probably one of the most important pieces and I guess assets to have on you as you do train, or even if you are just going about your regular day. Being able to track your sleep is actually very, very important. And you want to know what kind of sleep you're getting, if you're getting enough good deep sleep, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're waking up too often throughout the night. And you can track these pretty well with many of these watches. So if you are getting a watch, that's one of the nice features that I would highly recommend you take advantage of. Now, for heart rate training for your workouts, it's also very important too. If you want to know if you're attaining a high enough heart rate throughout your workout, that is another great feature that's going to be also available for the grand majority, if not all of the smart watches or fitness watches. So all in all, I wouldn't really, if you're not that into it, if you're not going that aggressive, if you're not doing like a lot of outdoor, I guess, more extreme outdoor sports, you don't really have to spend that kind of money on a fitness watch. You can go very basic and get more than enough features in there to be able to do what you want to do. The Apple Watch does do a lot of those features, so that's another product that's in there that I will put in that list that is able to do quite a few things that you might be very interested in if you're looking to get a fitness watch over the holidays, or if you're actually just looking to get a fitness watch in general. The next thing I want to talk about is fitness scales. Now, this is a tough one because for the longest time, a lot of these scales have been sold that can measure your body fat and will track your weight accurately and all these things. Honestly, I don't personally buy into them all that much. I really don't think they're as accurate as we'd like to, or we're led to believe. And the reason I say that is because the gold standard is essentially it's called a DEXA. And a DEXA scan is basically going to give you the most accurate reading on your body fat and your muscle makeup and your bone density. It's going to give you basically the entire breakdown of what your body, of the makeup of your body in terms of your fitness, in terms of your how do I say this? I can't remember the name. Great. Now I forgot a complete word in the middle of this show. But it's basically going to give you the best reading. And those machines are not going for the $100 in and around that range that these scales are going for. It's up there in the couple $100,000 range. And so it's really hard for me to believe that something that will cost that much can be replaced by something that's $100 that could give you an accurate reading. Now, a lot of individuals are like, well, it's just going to give you a baseline and you can use that to kind of gauge from. But unfortunately, those baselines are so off and the error is so massive that it really is just going to throw you down a different road every single day you jump on it. So if you're going to get a scale that is telling you how much you weigh is more than good enough. As long as you keep it in the same place every single day, you don't keep shifting it around your house, that is going to be the best way for you to get an accurate reading on how much you weigh. So you don't need to go and spend $150 or whatever on these scales that are going to you don't need that. It's not going to tell you much. It's not going to give you an accurate reading. In fact, if you want to do an accurate reading, you can go down to a local gym, or you can go to the gym that you're signed up at and see if there's a trainer that knows how to do a skin fold test and have them just do a skin fold on you. There's also nutritionists are also very able to do that too. So you can go see a nutritionist and get a skin fold test. That's going to be far more accurate. And they're also going to be able to give you a better breakdown of where you're carrying the majority of your fat, whether it be on your arms, your legs, your stomach. And they're going to get a better idea of what kind of foods you're eating too, because that's becoming a really popular topic. Although I'm not going to talk about that, it's becoming a little bit more trendy now to discuss what kind of foods are affecting what parts of your body. So the last thing I really want to discuss, which was probably the one where I was kind of like, I didn't really think that existed, but I started seeing a lot of commercials and a lot of ads for it, and I thought it was really interesting, was the smart water bottle. And the reason I want to bring up the smart water bottle is because a little known fact about hydration is that hydration is something that is, as much as it is extremely important, it's not something that we can kind of recover from all at once. You can't just chug 1.5 liters of water and be hydrated. Your body needs to be hydrated kind of throughout the day. So you need to gradually spread that out. You can't just take an entire bottle of water and be perfectly fine. That's basically why when you get that headache after a hangover, you don't really feel as amazing the very next day right after chugging a bottle of water. It kind of starts going away, but the real and complete effect is going to take that entire day. So hydration is something that needs to be spread out throughout the day. It's incremental. So what this water bottle will do is it will actually remind you when to start drinking, so that you know that you're not just chugging it, and also track how much you're drinking so that you're not kind of confused and going, man, did I drink enough water today? The best way to do it, this bottle apparently will do it. It is a little bit steep in price, so a lot of these bottles are going for about $50, $60. But if you struggle with being very regular with your drinking of water and with your hydration, it might be something to look into, because for that price, you will be getting a lot of benefit. Water is a massive component in maintaining a good fitness level, and it's massively important for sleep. It's massively important for health. So highly, highly recommend this one. So out of those three, I would say Fitness Watch, depending on what your level of usage, could be very, very useful, or it could be a complete waste of money. Fitness scales, I don't buy it. I don't think they're worth it. And a smart water bottle, I think there's a lot of value in there. So definitely check out those three. And if you have any one of these devices, let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys are using it for. It'd be really interesting to get some discussion going on social media of what you guys are actually thinking of these devices and which ones you like using. All right, guys. Until the next episode, keep building that foundation. Take care, guys.